Hi everyone, I'm Aaron Tan, Executive Editor at Tech Target Asia Pacific. Welcome to another edition of Tech in APAC. Let's recap some of the key news announcements as well as developments across the region for the month of July 2021. So let's start off with a story coming out of Australia, where we had a chance to work on a story on Cricket Australia's replatforming of online services and how it has paid off during the pandemic. So Cricket Australia embarked on a more replatforming of their applications as well as platform to a new modern system that's led by HCL, which is one of the service providers that they are working with. So what they've done is to basically move their legacy applications to a modern platform, and this has enabled them to cope with the increase in demand for digital services during the pandemic as more cricket fans flock online to view the matches as opposed to going down to the actual location. So the head of IT for Cricket Australia basically commented that without this replatforming of their online services, they wouldn't have been able to cope with the surge in traffic during this period. So having tasted success, what they are doing right now is to look at how technology can be better used to improve the viewer experience as well as to improve the game for the cricket players themselves. So this is something that we are keeping an eye very closely. So stay tuned for more updates in the months to come. Our next story is on how IoT and machine learning are automating agriculture. So I had the opportunity to speak with a local startup based in Singapore where they've created a smart farm that's located on one of the rooftop car parks in Singapore. So these farms are basically self-sufficient. They've been equipped with a lot of sensors as well as the technology smarts like AI and machine learning to basically help the farmer to manage these farms remotely without having to go down to the actual location itself. So they make use of video analytics as well. Even some of the nutrient levels can be automatically adjusted using doses that they've built into the farm. So this really makes it very easy for new and aspiring farmers to really get into the trade and gone are the days where you have to toil on the land to basically look after your crops. So this is something that will definitely change the way farming is being done in the near future. The next story is on Tokyo 2020. The Olympics has just ended. So one of the news that came out, on the technology-related news that came out during the Tokyo 2020 Olympics was a data breach, right? So apparently the usernames and passwords of some of the ticket holders and event volunteers were reportedly compromised and leaked online. So according to some government officials, they claim that the data leak was not large, but it is still concerning given that personal details can be out there and being used by cyber threat actors to conduct nefarious activities. So to be fair to the organizers, they have been preparing for this event for quite some time. They've done a lot of drills. They worked with the local industry associations as well as the government to beef up the security posture of the Olympics. So given compared to the previous Olympics, which had much bigger incidents like denial of service attacks, it's not that the data breach is any less insignificant, but compared to previous breaches, previous cybersecurity incidents that affected other earlier Olympics, this just having one incident alone is something that's commendable. Our final story is on India's potential to become a global manufacturing hub. And as we all know, the global supply chain has been disrupted amid the pandemic, and more companies are actually looking at how else they can diversify their supply chain, and they're looking at other production hubs, to make electronics and other hardware devices. So India is one of the potential candidates that some companies are looking at, and even the Indian industry themselves are looking at how they can become a global manufacturing hub. So we spoke to quite a few industry analysts in India to get their take on whether India can really live up to this potential. And there are still a lot of challenges that they need to overcome. For example, in terms of the red tape that many companies still have to go through and setting up business in India. So have a read at this and let us know what you think in the comments. So that's all I have for you this week. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again next month. Bye bye.